Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here. Welcome to the final cut, my friends and movie maniacs. Thank you so much for joining us. I know things have been sparse lately, but I've got one for you that I think will be of interest. It's an independent film from Mr. Justin Timpane, and it's a film that doesn't have the word versus in it, though I do truly enjoy the Ninja Versus trilogy, and it's one that you should check out too. But now he brings us a film to the festival circuit of a slightly different sort in the form of Cancellation. Justin Timpane wrote and directed this story of a group of sitcom characters in a very popular sitcom called Suburbia. And things are going fine and well, and they're all playing their roles until one day the veil is pulled back from at least a few of their eyes, and they realize that that's all they are characters in a sitcom. And the world that they live in, well, they are just pawns to some writer's script. And we see how they deal with the reality of this and how they are going to work and bend the rules within this world that they realize they live in, and try to avoid being canceled. And we see how all of this plays out on this emotional roller coaster ride called Cancellation. And I do call it emotional roller coaster ride because in the beginning, the film starts off with your introduction to Suburbia, and Justin Timpane really captures the essence, the look, the feel, all the tropish notes you want to hit with a sitcom. He does here with this fictional sitcom of Suburbia. I loved it, from the bright lighting to the kind of one-beat characters you have. You have B, who is the love interest of Benny. We get to meet as well the comedic friend Richie and the sarcastic friend roommate Maggie, and Claude as well, who's there for a lot of comic relief. And we see how these four live together in this house. So it's a perfect sitcom situation that you would hear in a lot of sitcoms, especially in the mid-90s. What I loved is how he turns this story on its head, and the tone, taking that tone of that really cheesy, happy laugh track world of the sitcom, and then making the real reality of things just darker. And so the tonal shift, the juxtaposition we have between the two tones of the real world and the sitcom world really are jarring, and they're supposed to be emotional and moving, and they're done just that way. Certain scenes are done in black and white versus the bright light color. So you've got a lot of those things visually going on to make you get those cues of when they're in the sitcom being watched by millions of viewers and when they're not. And I just loved how he handled that visually. Now, what else helps this really original script is the fantastic performances by all involved. Lauren Melee, and I hope I pronounced it right, plays B, and Elliot Kashner plays Benny, and I like the chemistry between these two. They really played up their tropish characters in the beginning, and yeah, there's some interesting chemistry there. I dug Richie. Such a great performance by Marcus Ellison in here. Actually, Marcus and Lauren get some really powerful performances in here. Everybody in here, again, all solid, high, top shelf performances for sure, but these two especially get a few scenes in here that just really pull at you quite a bit and emotionally move you. Carolyn Myers Kashner playing Maggie, the sarcastic friend. I loved how her character handled things differently as well. And Joe Myers Claude really is a guy I want to sit down and have a beer with. Again, all four of these character actors play off each other well. They've got great chemistry, but some of these scenes, everybody gets their scene to shine, and it's just solid, and it sucks you in, and it makes you forget you're watching a micro-budget indie film. The production value quality, as far as the look of everything, is very high, especially considering the budget that they had. They did have a campaign for this, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about Cancellation. Going into it, I wasn't quite sure if I was going to enjoy it because this type of material usually isn't in my wheelhouse. But at the end of it, I found myself with some thoughts on the movie, things to think about, and things to talk about as well, which is what you want from a film like this, because it really posits some things of what we're doing with our life now, and when does our own in real life finally come up for cancellation, and have we lived the life, and just again, a lot of those questions come up at the end of this and had me really thinking. So mad props to Justin Timpane for what I think is another solid indie film, although I do have one caveat. I do have one complaint about the film. No Daniel Ross. Come on, at least a cameo or something for Daniel Ross. But okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I couldn't resist it. But no, very little to say negatively. Maybe a couple of scenes that could have been edited just a little bit better. But considering those scenes and what he was going for, at least what I think he was going for, I think it actually was fitting, and it by no means distracted me from this solid story. So there you have it, folks. Check it out at a festival near you. Check out the other works of Justin Timpane. There's a lot of great stuff out there by this individual, very talented filmmaker. I thank you for your support, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.